Dabrowski, a former trauma dog handler from Victim Services Toronto, and trauma dog Dandy worked together between June 2019 and February 2024. Dabrowski says he planned to retire with the dog when she began slowing down.
We supported hundreds of victims through court, hundreds of trials that she did. We had a weekly program at Sunnybrook Trauma Center where she would go in to see patients who were there on long term, just to give them a bit of respite.
The 11-year-old Labrador Retriever's owner is Bobby McMurrick, the former Associate Executive Director of Victim Services Toronto. She agreed to loan the dog to VST in 2017. The dog began living with Dabrowski when she was roughly 5 years old, and he says it was agreed upon that after he and Dandy retired, he would continue co-parenting Dandy with the dog's owner. In this text message, which is part of court filings, Dabrowski asked to put together a written agreement to confirm his discussions with McMurrick.
She said to me that she had no intention of taking Dandy on a full-time basis. She wanted to travel, she wanted to take care of her mother, and she had things to do, so I thought, perfect.
That written agreement never happened. Dabrowski says he then got a call from McMurrick in November 2023.
She called me up out of the blue and said she decided that Dandy was going to live with her. Dandy's address was going to be her address. She was going to make all life decisions for Dandy. And the worst part was that she wanted to take Dandy into retirement homes.
When Dabrowski refused to turn the dog over, he received this notice of application in April 2024 from Victim Services Toronto, ordering him to return Dandy. It notes, as a result of Mr. Dabrowski's refusal, VST has been forced to initiate this application to enforce its temporary ownership rights until the date of Dandy's retirement, pointing out Dabrowski was never granted any form of ownership rights. Since then, VST, a government and taxpayer-funded agency, has unsuccessfully taken Dabrowski and his lawyer to mediation, and they're now heading to court.
You can't do this to a dog. You just can't take a dog out of a family home and expect the dog to keep working, especially, as they get older. And it's just, it's just not right.
A lawyer for Victim Services Toronto tells Global News, quote, while there were discussions between Roman and Bobby about possible arrangements for Roman to have some access to Dandy upon Dandy's retirement, the parties never reached an agreement. The case is set to go to court later this year. Catherine McDonald, Global News.